Reflets d'Afrique Télévision, le Flash Info, The Breaking News.
Vaccination against the COVID-19 pandemic in Cameroon, the tone is set. The Cameroonian Minister of Public Health, Dr. Manauda Malashi, received his first dose of vaccine on Monday, April 12, 2021, at the Yaoundé Central Hospital. At his side, the Secretary General of the Ministry of Public Health, the Regional Delegate of Public Health of the Center, and the health personnel of the Second Care Center Annex of the Central Hospital of Yaoundé. 300 others are said to have voluntarily taken the vaccine. The campaign, which began on Monday, April 12, 2021, will continue gradually throughout Cameroonian territory, according to a strategy by Dr. Manauda Malashi. This comes the day after the reception of 200,000 Sinopharm vaccines at the Yaoundé Simalène International Airport by the Cameroonian Prime Minister, Chief Dr. Joseph Dion Goute, in the presence of the Chinese Ambassador to Cameroon, Wang Yingwu, as well as the Cameroonian Minister of Public Health, Dr. Manauda Malashi, and other members of the government. The Central, Littoral and Southwest regions are the first trio to receive the vaccines. The vaccines developed by China's largest pharmaceutical company, Sinopharm, donated by the Chinese government, arrived in Cameroon as the country struggles to cope with a new wave of the COVID-19 pandemic. Once more, the effects of clandestine travels have hit the African continent. 34 migrants have lost their lives after their boat capsized off Djibouti, as reported by the regional head of the International Organization for Migration, the IOM. The migrants were being transported by smugglers. Mohamed Abdika, IOM's director for the East and Horn of Africa, wrote on Twitter, lamenting the second such tragedy in just over a month, after 20 people died in the same Bab el Mandeb Strait on March 4. Many children are among the bodies found, a source within the International Organization for Migration explained, indicating that the capsizing happened at about 4 a.m. north of Obok, a city on the Djiboutian coast. It is a boat that left Yemen with about 60 migrants on board, according to survivors. The boat would have been chased by the Coast Guard, and there were also apparently big waves added with the bad weather. Survivors were taken care of by the IOM and the authorities in Djibouti. The Bab el Mandeb Strait, which separates Djibouti from Yemen, is a place of heavy traffic of migrants and refugees, where both Yemenis fleeing the war and Africans going to try their luck in the Arabian Peninsula cross. In March, some 20 migrants from Djibouti drowned after smugglers threw dozens of people on an overcrowded boat of 200 people into the sea. 2 similar incidents were reported in October, resulting in the death of at least 50 migrants. Apprehended and prosecuting human traffickers and smugglers who exploit the vulnerability of migrants must become a priority, Abdika said in his tweet, lamenting too many lives lost unnecessarily. After an almost 2-month wait, a new government was unveiled on Monday, April 12, in the Democratic Republic of Congo. The Sacred Union of the Nation, as this new government is being referred to, is reportedly made of pro-President Felix Tshisekedi's personalities and sees both a reduction in members to 57 members and a fresh dose of diversity. 27% female representation, a younger average age of 47 years, and with 80% new figures is renovations made in this new government. The previous term, led by Sylvestre Ilunga Ilonkamba, had 43 pro-Kabila and 23 pro-Tshisekedi ministers. The portfolios were split, 83 male and only 17% female. Christophe Lutundula, a supporter of Mr. Katumbi, has been appointed to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Christian Mwando, another lieutenant of the former Katanga governor, has taken the Ministry of Planning. The Minister of Defense is a retired Dr. General Gilbert Kabanda, close to President Tshisekedi, and the Minister of the Interior is Daniel Aselo Okiti, Deputy Secretary General of the UDPS, the presidential party. The new Prime Minister appointed just a few weeks prior, Jean-Michel Sama Lukonde, stated that the new government's priorities are security, health, education, justice, agriculture, fisheries and livestock, economy, electoral processes, infrastructure and digital projects. The appointment of the new government comes 4 months after the breakup of the coalition of President Tshisekedi with his predecessor, Joseph Kabila, and close allies of his former political opponent, Moise Kabumbi and Jean-Pierre Bemba, hold strategic positions. Somalia's lower house of parliament has voted to approve a bill to extend President Mohamed Abdullahi Farmajo's term in office by 2 years. The controversial special election bill was overwhelmingly approved by 149 members. It needs to be approved by the upper chamber before becoming law. Mr. Farmajo welcomed the passing of the bill in the lower chamber, adding that after 2 years, the Somalia people will finally be able to elect their own president. But opposition candidates and some of the regional state leaders have rejected the resolution. Former Prime Minister Hassan Ali Kiare, who is now part of an opposition coalition, said the country is in crisis and urged the international community to urgently intervene. Before the session began, Banadi Region Police Commander ordered all roads that lead to the parliamentary complex to be closed in a bid to stop lawmakers from attending the session. He said his forces were against what he called a term extension for the president, whose mandate had expired on February 8. However, he was immediately fired.
Reflets d'Afrique Télévision, le Flash Info, the Breaking News.